Well, it looks like we might be recording here. So listen, there's an aspect of this wrestling workshop that I'm presenting. There's a personal trainer aspect of this program where I personally train young men and women in wrestling. Okay, that's what this is. It's an accumulation of survival skills is basically what it is. We've already went over bottom work, and we've already been through the first part of the proper way to penetrate, or the proper way to create momentum, forward momentum, because that's basically what we're doing, is creating forward momentum. Okay? So price structure, I haven't set one up yet, but do understand that there's private tutoring involved. Okay? The second thing is to evaluate the student athletes. I need a base to work from. See, I can't evaluate young wrestlers on something that somebody else showed them in general. So I need a baseline to be able to evaluate your young wrestler. Okay? And the baseline we're putting together right now, the workshop itself, that's the baseline. Okay? If I'm going to do private tutoring, I need to have a baseline. So the young wrestlers need to know at least a little bit of what I'm about. So the baseline is what you're learning from me right now. Now, when I go and evaluate a young wrestler, that's what I'll compare it to. I'll compare it to the baseline, which we've built and we're going to continue to build here on my YouTube channel. Okay? All right. I hope we cleared that up a little bit. Anyway, the next thing that I want to talk about, what I'm doing here is I'm tying up a few loose ends. So that's what we're doing. I wanted to mention the private tutoring. And if there's interest in that, let me know. And hopefully we'll be able to get back on the mats soon. Okay. The important thing is the baseline. The things that you're learning from me. I can't evaluate you on things you learn from somebody else. For one thing, it's probably horrible wrestling for the most part. You probably can hear Bella barking outside. Okay. I want to switch to the neutral real quick. We talked about the penetration. We talked about the inside step. There's one thing we cannot do, and I call it knee dropping, where we just drop to a knee and reach. Okay? That's not good. Okay? That first deep step needs to be the first step of creating momentum. Okay? That's why we take an inside step. So when we drive, say I'm attacking right-handed, I drive hard to my right. I take a deep inside step with my right foot. Okay? A deep inside step. And we'll go over this again once I get a partner. But you need a deep inside step. Okay? And knee dropping is where you don't do anything, you just drop to a knee and reach. That's not gonna fly against the best people in the country. Okay? So, we do not knee drop. We pick that foot up and drive it as deep as we can and drive hard to the same knee, bring the other one up, knee down, knee up, knee down. Okay? And that's another drill that we'll do later on that will help us with our penetration. Okay, to deal with the penetration, I'm asking you to do about 5 different things at the same time. See, and that's when we really get good at this creating momentum thing. Okay, I do not knee drop. I do not knee drop. I take a deep inside step. If I'm attacking with my right side, deep inside step with the right foot. Okay, we talked about other things that are going on. We got to be hand fighting at the same time. We got to be setting him up at the same time. We need to be getting ourselves ready to go at the same time. We need to win the tie so that we're able to get our head through on a high crotch. Head to the back of the shoulder, remember. Okay? So I wanted to clear up. Knee drop. No good. No good. We got to create momentum. And it's not easy. This is one of the hardest things that we'll talk about probably is this penetration business. Because not only does it take physicalness, but it also takes toughness. Okay, listen. When we're in the neutral, once we get squared away, wrestling like we should, we're going to spend more time in the neutral. And even in practice, Cody, we have to spend less time on the bottom. Because we understand bottom work, and we're not making it too difficult on ourselves. Okay? All right. Remember, we got to do all those things at the same time. We got an inside step. We have to set him up. And of course, if he's pushing on us, it's all the better. Okay, I just wanted to go back and clear that up about the neutral stuff. Okay? And 2 more things. If somebody's squeezing you, in a tight tie, that doesn't mean we can't wrestle. In fact, the tighter the tie, the easier it is for us. Okay? So what I'm telling you is that the tie, who's ever tying you up, it's never as tight as you think it is. You can still wrestle. He can squeeze you as hard as he wants, and that's not going to stop us from penetrating. See? Because all we're doing is dropping out of that. We're not fighting it. We're not doing anything. We're just lowering our center of gravity, and then our head is out of there. Okay? The other thing, do not get discouraged if somebody fights us off once or twice. If we take our best high C and he fights us off, more power to him. Chances are he's not going to be able to do it in the 3rd round. But you can't become discouraged if somebody fights out of it. Okay, we end up, coming out safely head to head. Okay, do not get discouraged. If you're doing things right, you're going to score anyway. Okay? So in the neutral, let's not knee drop. Okay? Remember, that first step is just the beginning of creating my own momentum, my own forward momentum, which I have to do. I have to create my own penetration. Sometimes he'll help out, by pushing or doing something. Okay? So, no knee dropping. Deep inside step. Get the head behind his shoulder. Roll your hips underneath. And there we are in quasi. Okay? And yes, we have to fight to keep our head up. And we have to fight to keep our hips in. Okay? One more thing about the neutral. When we're trying to get our head through to the back of his shoulder, okay, the cleaner it gets there, the cleaner it goes from the tie to my head behind his shoulder. Okay? I'm asking you to do all that stuff at one time. And it takes time, it takes repetition. Okay? But remember, we can't get our head caught on his stomach or on his ribs or anywhere, because that head's got to get to the outside, get up behind his shoulder. Again, so we can get our hips in and our head up. We have to fight to stay there. Okay? Because if we're out of position, we're not going to be able to do anything anyway. So let's get in position and react the way we're supposed to. Okay? And also earlier we went over how to get through that, how to get through the arms. Because by design, like I said, we have to get our head through to the back of his shoulder. So we can power that head up and power our hips in to get as strong as we can possibly be. And that's all I'm into, is the study of position, the study of reaction, the study of strength. So again, as a reminder, I do get involved with private tutoring, and we'll make arrangements for that down the road. My phone's ringing off the hook. People want to know what's up. So, all right. I just wanted to clean up a few loose ends, and there'll probably be some more. But the important thing is the baseline. If you want me to coach, we have to develop a baseline with the young wrestler. So, all right, listen. We're going to probably continue on penetration probably this evening. So, like I said, it's hard. It's very hard. All right. Until we meet again. Bye.